Skin the Hardaway 17, back with another EP. I do your boy favor. I hit the thumbs up for your boy. I got 11 likes. Y'all do your boy favor. Y'all get your boy right when you roll on through. Glad you here for a good time on long. Told Myke Fox, man, 12:30. I wish I told him 12 now. Cause I ain't realized. Well, I did realize it right, but I didn't realize that all the goddamn baseball and basketball games started at 12. You know what I mean? Y'all know I like to kick back and enjoy the games and whatnot. But we gonna talk this good boxing. We gonna talk boxing and MMA, right? Cause I got a double hill out there. I'm gonna give Mike through here, eventually, but I'm just gonna, I'm gonna get a run over and then I'm gonna get Mike up here. Then we gonna talk about Sebastian Fundora last. I don't know if y'all know last night, but Sebastian Fundora, he took the first loss of his career. He got stopped. Sebastian Fundora got stopped by Brian Mendoza on the Showtime on the Showtime TV main event. Uh, it was a technical stoppage, right? He knocked Fundora down, and Fundora he couldn't get back up. He didn't knock him completely out. Fundora was able to raise up off the ground, right, to get his head off the ground, but Fundora couldn't get back to his feet. It's almost like the referee started to count. He knocked Fundora out. Fundora froze, right? Then he hit Fundora, and then Fundora hit the ground. And when he hit the ground, he kind of bounced up, and that's what woke him up. But he couldn't necessarily get up, but he was aware enough to realize that he was in a fight and that he had been knocked down, but he didn't have enough strength for him to get up right then. So Fundora took his first loss last night from Brian Mendoza. I'm gonna have Michael Fox. We all know Michael Fox, who's historically known, for one of the worst all-time, box decisions, there was. Michael Fox versus Jabril Mascray. You know what I mean? We're gonna have Michael Fox come through here. Michael Fox was the training partner of Brian Mendoza, the guy who knocked out Sebastian Fundora last night. So I hit Mike up this morning. I didn't even know that Mike was his training partner for the fight until I was rewatching the fights this morning, the Showtime fights this morning, and I heard him say it, and I hit up Mike and I asked him, did he have a little time, to come on the show? Mike said, of course, like he always does. So we're gonna have Myke Fox in here, talk a little more about that, that Sebastian Fundora upset, right? But we gonna start with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson for Yushiro Yoshini. That's how you say it. I know his last name is Yoshini for sure, right? Could be butchering his first name, but I'm gonna call him Yoshini, right? Shakur Stevenson faced off against Yoshini and what was a very entertaining fight, right? I should say nonetheless. Stevenson, he did get the stoppage, like I called that thing. If you was over here, if you came through this journey, you would have known that. I told y'all to bet this Shakur Stevenson stoppage yesterday, right? And Shakur Stevenson, he came through and he delivered. What's good, DS? Appreciate the slide, yo. My boy Josh, TWT in the building, right? So Shakur did, he did get the stoppage versus Yoshimi, right? I was impressed with his performance. At no point in that fight did I think that Shakur Stevenson was in any type of danger. You know what I mean? Yoshimi is a tough guy, strong guy, right? But in boxing, it's not just about being tough. It's not just about being strong. Physical, it's about skill. Boxing is skill, mental, will, all that good stuff, right? And Shakur last night, he just showed the TWT in the business. Shout out my guy Phil. What Shakur last night, he just showed us that he's just he's on a different level from Yoshini. He's on a different level from a lot of guys, right? Even more impressive, right? Even more impressive than the actual win that Shakur Stevenson got last night. And I'm saying this is even more impressive, right? Because this don't happen, too often, right? It don't happen too often. Where you get a guy, right, who's like in the thick of his career, like I don't want to say in the prime of his career, right? Because I don't think Shakur's in his prime. I think he still got a lot to go. a lot of room to grow, right? Even though he's extremely good. But when you got a guy like right in the thick of his career, right? Like Shakur is, I should say this right. When you got a guy who has a lot to lose at this career, I'm getting seats. I'm getting seats. I'm finna the camera up, roll up, about to make it happen. When you got a guy who, when you got, I know, when you got a guy who, when you got a guy who still got so much to lose, right? With him being undefeated, him being so young, him being a two division, multi-time champion. There's paydays, right? There's paydays he could lose, endorsements he could lose, things he could lose. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. Even more impressive than the actual win, right? This from Shakur Stevens. I feel like he outclassed Yoshini. No disrespect to Yoshina, and no knock against Yoshina or Shakur, right? But I think that he was just levels above Yoshina, right? So even more impressive than the actual fight against Yoshina. I like that. Shakur Stevenson. I like what he said after the fight, right? They asked him. Actually, ESPN, and I said this before, right? It's ESPN, right? It's Shakur Stevenson side that's pushing this fight with David Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and I ain't got nothing wrong with it, right? But after the fight, you know how normally they ask people who you want to fight anybody, you got a man that you would like to fight next. I noticed how just about every time Shakur Stevenson gets a microphone in his face, right, they're asking him about David Haney. Bill Haney, had actually, brought that up when him and Shakur Stevenson, had a little back and forth, right? Bill Haney brought that up. Shakur was like, you're going around talking as if, we are afraid to fight Devin when we're not, right? Bill Haney was like, what's good, Dad? Appreciate you like through. Bill Haney was like, now actually it's your people, who's asking us about you every time, they stick a mic in the face. He said, if you don't want that, if you don't want, me saying that, you need to holler at your people. You know what I mean? So when they asked him, Steve, that question after the fight, I remember what Bill Haney, had said about ESPN, kind of being the people who pushing that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney thing, right? So after the fight, they asked him, what's good, Skywalker? Appreciate you sliding through. He said, let's go Mendoza, Albuquerque. Real proud of him. What's good, Skywalker? What's good? TWT in the building, right? But I noticed how as soon as the fight was over, right? Normally they ask the fighter, okay, so who you want to fight next? Who you see next on the horizon, right? The announcer asked him, right? The ESPN announcer, he went straight to David Haney. Now I ain't mad at it, right? Because it's looking like this fight actually may be getting ready to happen, right? It look like it actually may be some, some ground to stick, with this, because it's increasingly getting talked about more and more, right? I did an EP on it the other day, about them possibly fighting next, right? And we got some clarification, last night. We got some clarification last night because the announcer stated, I don't know if y'all heard, but the announcer stated that, not the announcer, the same guy that asked Shakur Stevenson, the question that I haven't asked y'all yet, but I'm getting to. I'm getting somewhere with it. I'm going somewhere with it. The announcer asked him last night, and he cleared up some things, right? He said that Devin Haney had informed them that Devin Haney was staying at the 135-pound division. So Devin Haney is not going up to the 140-pound division after his fight with Lomachenko, like most of us think. Actually, like Bill Haney has said, right? Shout out to Haney, shout out Bill Haney, friend of the show. Bill Haney been here a few times. I can call Bill right now if I want to. Shout out Bill, right? Bill Haney had stated before that they will be, probably moving up to 140. But I heard the announcer last night say, right, after Shakur Stevenson fight, when he was asking Shakur Stevenson about what he wanted to do next, which he really didn't ask him what he wanted to do next. He basically put Shakur Stevenson, he basically put Devin Haney on the table for Shakur Stevenson, right? The announcer said, well, Shakur Stevenson, you coming out for great victory. He said, we just got word that Devin Haney plans on staying at the 135-pound division. What would you think about the chance, of fighting Devin Haney? And Shakur Stevenson, I thought Shakur Stevenson, right, was going to give the uniform answer. I thought Shakur Stevenson was going to give a uniform answer, right? Like, I fight Devin, it'll be a good fight. Want to test myself, right? Blase, this and that, right? Well, what Shakur Stevenson said, it intrigued me. It really did, right? Shakur Stevenson said, I've been wanting that Devin Haney fight for a long time. I've been wanting that Devin Haney fight for a long time. He said, I've been in the ring with Devin Haney plenty of times. And he said, I've always gotten the best of Devin Haney. He said, it's going to be easy. He said, it's going to be easier than y'all think. And he said, that's the fight that's going to push me to that next level. Now, I don't know, right? I'm not in Shakur Stevenson's camp. I'm not in Shakur Stevenson's head. I'm not, I don't got the inside scoop, you know what I mean, on that situation or nothing like that, right? But I am noticing the increased DP Rocker was good. I am noticing the increased, conversation. I'm noticing the increased, not disrespect, right? But just the increased willingness for Shakur Stevenson to open talk about Devin Haney. The willingness for Shakur Stevenson to openly talk about fighting, Devin Haney sooner rather than later. I think Shakur Stevenson has sat in his head, right, which makes a lot of sense with both fighters being, on ESPN right now over the top rank. And with us just getting the word last night that Devin Haney will be staying at 135, right? I like the fact that Shakur Stevenson is lining himself up, right? What's good with DP Rock? Shout out DP Rock. I like the fact that Shakur Stevenson is lining himself up for, a Devin Haney fight, right? If Shakur Stevenson is going to be at 135, and if it is true, what the ring announcer said last night was good, Roach. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it, Queen. Glad you can make it. Now my day is made, right? Now my morning is made. What's good, DP Rocker? Shout out my guy DP Rocker, TWT in the building. 10. I got DP. The beautiful royalty. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. If y'all could do your boy solid, hit that thumbs up for your boy. We roll on in. We're having a conversation, man. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time. If it's your first time, if you could do your boy solid, I'll make it your last time. We're going to have Myke Fox come through here a little later. I'm going to hit my guy up and get him in a little later. I'm giving y'all the rundown first. I ain't going to keep y'all here too long because I want to watch the baseball games, the basketball games, right? We just talking about the main events, right? We're on Shakur Stevenson right now. I'm talking about the Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney situation. Devin Haney called out Shakur Stevenson last night after his win. And I'm noticing that Shakur Stevenson, I said Devin Haney's called out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson called out Devin Haney last night after his win. And I'm noticing the increased, Shakur Stevenson calling out Devin Haney. Right? I said a while back that, I believe we'll get Shakur Stevenson versus Devin before we get Tank versus Devin, right? Because I feel that Shakur Stevenson and Haney, I feel like we'll get Haney and Shakur, right, before we'll get Tank and Devin, because I feel that Devin and Shakur, on the same side of the street, right? And I feel like that when it comes to Tank, right? Tank is pretty much in the spot where he go fight there whoever he want. And Tank even said himself that right now, right? Devin and Shakur not on his list. Now he said after Ryan, right? He'll look into it, but right now, right? He fighting Garcia, right? And then you got Devin and Shakur being on the same side, both being at 135 right now. So that fight kind of just always made a look more sense. I feel like I'm trying not to throw Tank on the bus, but I just feel like Devin and Shakur are a little more willing to fight one another or willing to fight a fight of that caliber right now, right? Because Ryan and Tank is a big fight as far as namesake, right? But as far as like skill level, talent wise, competitiveness, it ain't really that tough of a fight. I think Shakur and Devin, especially Devin, right? It's just at this point more willing to take more chances, right, with their career. And if I'm Bob Arum, right, the other reason I said I feel like Shakur, and other reason I said I feel like Shakur and Devin to happen before Tank and Devin is because Bob Arum is over there on top rank, right? Bob Arum is over there on top rank. He got Devin Haney right now. He got Shakur Stevenson right now. But we all know that this is Devin Haney's last fight on ESPN in top rank, right? So if some kind of way, Devin Haney gets away from top rank, that means Bob Arum, if Devin Haney beats Lomachenko, right, and he gets away from top rank, that means that Bob Arum is going to lose, the belts. Bob Arum is in control of the belts right now. Bob Arum is in control of the belts right now, and he has Devin Haney's career in his hands as well. But we all know this is Devin Haney's last fight with top rank. If Devin Haney wins this, right, he decides to leave top rank, then Bob Arum gonna be left out in the air. So I did an EP not too long. 817. What's good, Brody? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. 817. Glad you can make it. Shout out to my guy 88 Sports. What's good, 88? Appreciate you sliding through. What's good, 817? But yeah, so if you Bob Arum, right, and Devin Haney decides not to come back, that's gonna leave you, up in the air. I did an EP not too long ago saying that it will behoove Bob Arum if he wants to keep the straps, right? Most definitely, right? If he wants to keep the strap, he should have put Shakur Stevenson in the ring with Devin Haney next, not Lomachenko, right? But if Shakur Stevenson is saying that he wants to fight, Devin Haney now, right? I think it will behoove Bob Arum to make that fight happen. To give him a chance to keep his belt, which is what I was alluding to, because Devin Haney could win his next fight and he could get away, from top rank, and he'll take the straps with him. But if you could entice Devin to maybe stay, let me put this. If you can entice Devin to maybe stay, right? You give him a sizable, check. You give him another pay-per-view. Devin Haney is about to have the first pay-per-view, right? Look at this. Listen to what this sounds like, right? Make this make sense to me. Actually, it makes sense. It's telling us what it's telling us is really plain as day, right? If you're Shakur Stevenson, you've been with Top Rank your whole career from day one, right? You've been with Top Rank. You see Top Rank give Devin Haney a Lomachenko fights at Blood Problems. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Phil. That's what I'm thinking. 817 was good. You've been with Top Rank, you know what I mean, your whole life. You see Top Rank give Devin Haney, somebody who just got there last year, the fight with Lomachenko, a fight that, you've been asking for, right? You've been asking for a fight with Navarrete. You've been asking for a fight with Lomachenko. You've been asking for a fight with Valdez. You just got the fight with Valdez. It took you some years, but you finally got it. If I'm Shakur Stevenson, pay attention, because you can see Bob Arum is already kind of telling you that he go pretty much do what he want to do. My brother G5 just said something. He said Bob plotting something. This is what I think Bob plotting, right? And it makes sense. We go get it. We go be happy about it because it's gonna be a great fight. Bob is plotting Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? He's about to give Devin Haney the first pay-per-view over there at ESPN, about to give Devin Haney the fight against Lomachenko, right? That's a stage and a fight that Shakur Stevenson, his fighter, wanted, you know what I mean, from the beginning. Shakur Stevenson been over there for the longest, right? If I'm Bob Arum, in my mind, I'm trying to put, he said that nigga Bob got the plans for Top Rank in his diaper. Right. If I'm Bob Arum, right, in my mind, Which is probably why you got the announcers and you know the people, even on Devin Haney's side, comes asking him about Shakur, comes asking Shakur about Devin, right? If I'm Bob Bear in my mind, if I know that Devin Haney can get away with my straps, I'm gonna be trying to make Shakur versus I'm gonna be trying to make Shakur versus Devin so I can get my titles back. And by you putting it, you know, by you giving Devin Haney Shakur big fight, you giving Devin Haney Shakur's pay-per-view, right? And I'm saying that because Shakur asked for Navarrete, didn't get it. Asked for Valdez, took him 3 years to get it, right? Asked for Hearn, took him like a year and a half to get Hearn, right? Asked for Loma, still ain't got Loma, right? And now you see Devin. This is what Bob is doing. Bob is about to use Shakur Stevenson to knock off Devin Haney and get his belt back for ESPN, right? And I ain't tripping on it because I'm a fight fan. I win by seeing good fighters get in the ring. But that MF for Bob slick, man. I see the play. I see them constantly asking Shakur about Devin. I see them constantly asking Devin about Shakur, right? I see him giving Devin Haney that first pay-per-view, letting Shakur see him shine, right? Letting Shakur see him shine on the big stage against Lomachenko, the fight that you wanted. Detroit BC was good. He said, that you smoking? He said, that's some shit. Playing in G5. What's good, Detroit? Big Tex. What's good, Big Tex? What's good? So I kind of see the play, and I've been seeing it for a minute. I did an EP on it. How, you know, they keep putting Devin in Shakur face and Shakur in Devin face. This ain't a bad move either. Like, it's not a bad move. Like, I like the fight. I like the move, right? And especially if Devin staying at 135, like they let us know last night. The announcers came on during the press conference. During the press conference when they during the end of the fight, post press conference, you know, the ring announcer went straight to Devin Haney. Like, he didn't ask him, he didn't leave it in the open. He ain't send him left, he ain't send him right. He kind of directed him right to the Devin Haney fight. And my thing is, if you Bob Arum, you had the control to actually make that fight, to give Shakur that fight. Now what Bob Arum is doing, he go put the public pressure on Devin Haney to make the fight now, right? He go put that public pressure on Devin Haney. If Devin Haney don't sign back with him, he go put that public pressure on him to make the fight. When you had both fights, you could have given Shakur this fight that you were about to give Lomachenko. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you got to give Lomachenko a shot at Devin Haney first, because if you give you make more money that way, because if you give Shakur Stevenson a shot first, then let's just say that Shakur Stevenson beats Devin, you know he'll beat Lomachenko, right? But you get a chance to give your grandson Lomachenko, right? Your golden child, you give him a chance to win the titles back by letting him fight Devin. Hopefully, right, in your mind, Lomachenko just beat him up and you can get the belts back. And I bet you still don't give Shakur Stevenson Devin Haney. I tell you this, right? You see they pushing Shakur versus Devin. That's because Bob Arum know that Devin Haney is about to beat Lomachenko. But I tell y'all this, by some way, if Lomachenko find a way to beat Devin, right? Which he not, I guarantee you, Shakur Stevenson probably not go get that Lomachenko fight. I bet you not gonna get that Lomachenko fight. But I do like the fact that Shakur Stevenson called that Devin. I do like the fact. I just got my blunt. I do like the fact. I do like the fact. Or she fucking out. Yeah. I do like the fact though that Devin Haney, that Shakur Stevenson called out Devin Haney. I like the fact that they kind of pushing this fight. Like, they pushing Haney versus Shakur right now. ESPN is. Now, I don't know if Devin Haney is going to sign back with ESPN. But I do see ESPN trying to push, Shakur on the Devin. Maybe that means that with the fact that ESPN trying to push him, with the fact that ESPN trying to push him on to Devin, maybe that means that Devin is leaving, Top Rank, and maybe Bob, finally realized, oh man, he probably finna beat the hell out of Loma. So let me try to put the public pressure on Devin to fight Shakur, so he can come back, to the strap. I can get a fight. I can get a fight for him, even without having them signed to me. Public pressure. Shakur want to fight you, now you got to fight him. So boom, I got another fight on ESPN. Top Rank. And now I don't gotta pay you the big money that you go deserve. I don't gotta pay you the big money that you go demand for this fight. I can let you go a free agent, put the public pressure on you to fight Shakur, and make the zone pay you. You know what I mean? I just pay my fighter, and we can do it like that. You know what I mean? Either however way we get the fight made, I'm with it. I kind of hate it have to be this way, right? The underlining of it just don't sit right. Just don't sit well with me. I ain't mad at the fight, Shakur versus Devin. I just don't like the underlining, between the fight. I like, I remember, like just last year, I remember Shakur and Devin saying, they'll fight later on down the line. Didn't think later on down the line, you know what I mean, last year, but I saw this kind of, heating up since the Rise podcast. I saw that kind of, heating up since that Tank Rise podcast. So I ain't surprised, we get more Shakur and Devin Norris. And I do see ESPN pushing that jump because every time they get a mic in their face, they always ask Shakur about Devin and Devin about Shakur. So I think that Devin and Shakur fight a little closer, you know what I mean, than expected, right? I thought maybe we might get them at 147 or maybe a year or two on down the line. But it's looking like we probably go get that thing, man. Next, maybe. You know what I mean? Next couple fights after this Lomachenko fight. You know what I mean? But I digress. Did y'all happen to check out the UFC last night for my UFC people? Right? I don't know if y'all did, but backdrop real quick. Stylebender took on Alex Pereira, right? Israel Adesanya took on Alexis Pereira, right? This was these guys' fourth time fighting. They fought twice in kickboxing back in the day. Pereira knocked Izzy out one time. Izzy won on points another time, right? They came back to the UFC about 6 months ago, and Pereira knocked Izzy out. About 6 months ago. So they fought. Matter of fact, in the fight 6 months ago, right? In the fight 6 months ago was their first fight in 7 years. So 7 years ago, quick. What's good, quick? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it, quick. TWT in the building. So the fight 6 months ago between Pereira and the Stylebender, right, was their first fight in 7 years. Stylebender, Pereira was the only guy to ever beat the Stylebender, right? It was their first time fighting in the UFC. The fight, yes, Detroit, BC. Yes, Detroit. Hell of a fight, bro. I was turned. It just took me back to my childhood last night. Bro, seeing Fondora get, because there was an upset. Seeing Fondora get upset like that, bro, in a good fight, a fight that he was winning, you being that big of a favorite, you was winning that fight, and then you get knocked out, stopped out of a sudden like that. The way you got knocked out, he froze you, then he hit you with two mean punches. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? That shit was turned. And I went from that right to Izzy, bro. And Izzy knocked him out in the first round. So I was still kind of high off Fondora losing. And then to see Izzy come in the first round. And dude was working on Izzy a little bit. Dude was hitting Izzy. Izzy was taking the body shots. This was, look, y'all got me, so I didn't skip the whole intro. Look, bro, he was, hold on, wait, let me walk it down, BC. Let me walk it down. But, right, so in the first fight, Pereira knocked Izzy out, right? Izzy in the first round of the first fight, right? Izzy almost knocked Pereira out in the first round, but he ran out of time. He hurt Pereira with like 6 seconds left in the first round. He hit Pereira twice. He fell back. He hit him again. Bell run, ding, and Pereira kind of limped back to his corner, right? And then the second round, Stylebender won the second round. The third round, Stylebender won the third round. The fourth round, Izzy slowed down a little bit. Pereira started kicking on his leg, right? Hurt Izzy's leg, and he ended up eventually stopping Izzy in the fifth round. He knocked Izzy out, right? So they came back to fight last night. Now think about this. This dude has knocked Izzy out twice. The one fight that Izzy won on the scorecards, a lot of people felt like that he lost that fight. So technically, this dude done beat Izzy 3 times, knocked him out twice. Izzy my favorite MMA fighter since John Jones. But now I can't say since John Jones because John Jones came back. He ain't even retired no more. They play. No, they fight. They for real. So now I can't say he's my favorite fighter since John Jones retired no more because John Jones back, right? So he's one of my favorite fighters, right? So you got so think we going into this fight. I bet on Izzy. But we going into this fight thinking this man finna knock Izzy out again. Right. So the first round start, I'm like, I was saying earlier all the day, man, if Izzy go beat this dude, man, he got to knock him out in the first or the second round. I don't know if y'all came through the chill sessions, but I was saying it. I was like, bro, Izzy go knock him out in round 1 or 2 because he got to. I said he got to knock him out in round 1 and 2 because I don't like the fight as it go on, right? So in the first fight, Izzy was trying to evade the power, stay away from it, right? He was avoiding like on the outside. You know how you evade, like in boxing terms, using the ring, same terms in MMA, using the ring. Izzy was using the ring to try to stay away from the power, right? And Pierre was catching Izzy on the outside. He was catching them with hooks coming around, you know what I mean, on the outside, right? Izzy learned from that. This time, when Pereira would throw his hooks, Izzy would get small, right? And Izzy would shoot down the pocket. He would shoot his 1-2, boom, boom. He hurt him with that straight right the first fight in the first round. He saw that he hurt him with it. Izzy knew that, so he knew, oh, I can hurt him with this right hand. So instead of Izzy using the ring this time, Izzy got tighter, and he was throwing his 1-2 down the pipe, boom, boom. He couldn't hit him with it. He was trying to find him with it early in the first, like the first 2.5 minutes. He was trying to find him with the right 1-2, and Pereira was kicking at his legs. Izzy did a little better job of not letting Pereira kick his legs out. You can tell he was more aware, but Pereira still got some good leg kicks. Pereira is a big dude, bro. That man's like solid, bro. It's a big dude. He's a big ass 185, bro. Like, I don't know how he make 185. So he was still kind of getting off with his kicks a little bit, but Izzy was switching stands, right? He was checking some. And what Izzy did this time was when he throw his check kicks, Izzy fire off his little 1-2. Like, he would just flick the left out there and he would throw the right hard. He was doing that all night. And he was catching Pereira. You know, Pereira head big as a motherfucker. So Izzy really couldn't miss it. You know what I mean? So he did more about, he was more so instead of using the ring to evade Pereira, he went to power this time instead of trying to evade the power. Now he took a couple more body shots. And right before Izzy knocked Pereira out, he took shots. He took like 3 or 4 shots. Pereira did the hook combination, right? Which way he knocked Izzy out with the first 2 times, right? He ain't really hit him clean with it, but he hit him clean with the body shot. And when he went to the body, it's like something went off in Izzy's head. And Izzy just kind of flicked his left, because you know skin niggas. He flicked his left to get the power in his right hand. He flicked the left out there and he shot the right, and he knocked Pereira off balance. Pereira wasn't knocked out just then, but Izzy saw that he was off balance, and he shot that motherfucker again. Boom. And when he hit Pereira the second time, knocked that man there smooth out, and he gave him a hammer fist one time, just, you know, for good measure, and then the referee stopped it. But I said all that to say this. My Izzy lost to that dude 3 times. He lost to that dude 3 times, got knocked out twice by this dude. And Izzy might went out there, he knocked that man ass out in the first round. Dude ain't never knocked Izzy out in the first round. They gonna have to fight again because now they 2-2, right? They 2-2 technically. They gonna have to fight again, right? But I'm telling y'all, man, when they fight again, Izzy gonna beat his ass. Izzy gonna beat his ass because now he figured out that. Now I think everybody know now. If you could hit Pereira, you probably can put him out. You know what I mean? He's so strong though. Most times when he's swinging at them, they stop swinging. Izzy did that the first time. He was swinging, trying to get out the way and avoid. But this time, when Pereira was swinging, Izzy tightened up and he was firing his shit back. And ultimately, that's what got him the win. He knocked him out in the first round. I was saying the second round was good, Jelly Bean. Appreciate you sliding this thing, Jelly Bean. My brother Detroit BC. Detroit said Miss Fondora KO. Had to wait for the replay. I was looking at Izzy, looked back at my other screen, and seen Mendoza on race. Bro, I had Izzy them on the phone. I had Izzy them. But yeah, I had Izzy them on the phone, and I had Brian Mendoza, them on the TV. This had happened for me, Detroit. I was watching Izzy on the phone. I was talking to the phone. Bay was I'm called a damn fool. Bay was half asleep, right? I'm talking to the phone, like, get his ass Easy. I'm like, damn, Easy. He was kind of, he a big dude. He was hitting Easy. He wasn't really hitting Easy clean, right? But he was touching Easy, right? I'm like, come on, man, hit that nigga back. Easy was firing back, so I'm hyping the fight. And then I heard the crowd go, oh, and then I look up, bro. I see Fondora. So, right, I didn't see the very first punch. I saw Fedora standing still, right? And then I saw Brian Mendoza run up to him and hit him, boom, boom, with the other two that knocked him out. And now I'm like, oh shit, he knocked I'm like, he knocked Fedora out. I didn't even jump up and down for them. I was loud as fuck though, right? Because I was still watching Easy fights. I was excited about Fondora KO, right? And I was looking at oh, she just knocked Fedora out. I'm telling the people on the line, right? Oh, hey, he knocked Fedora out. That's when I came up. That's when I looked. I heard the crowd go, oh, and I looked up and I saw Fondora pause and I saw Brian Mendoza put the two-piece on him. So I was looking at that junk, to catch the replay to see the first one. And I'm looking at Izzy on the phone. At this point, it's about 2.5 minutes in the Izzy fight. Izzy knocked him out probably 4 minutes and something. You know what I mean? Like 3 minutes and some change, right? Maybe 4 minutes, right? I'm like, so I'm looking at the replay, right? But I'm watching Izzy, watching the goddamn replay. I say, damn, Brian Mendoza knocking his ass out. And then that's when I heard them say, Myke Fox helped train Brian Mendoza. He's 6'4", gave him a test for so-and-so, and that's probably what, helped him a lot in and all that bullshit, right? So I'm like, hell yeah, Myke Fox. So I'm back to the Izzy fight. That motherfucker got hit with a left hook. He was like, he was standing there with his email, bro. That man had a dream. That man said, boom. That man had a dream. He heard his mama calling. He said, Mom. He said, what? Here's the back. He said, huh? Bro, I said, damn, he just knocked. I was saying, damn, he knocked. I said, damn, he knocked out Fondora. I was saying that as Brad was putting the two-piece on his ass. You know what I mean? I heard the crowd go, oh, and I looked up and I saw Brad walking his ass down. And I was like, oh shit, he knocked out Fondora. So easy on the cage, right? Just like he was in the first fight. So now Fondora's still in the ground on the ring, right? At this point. He's still in the ground. He's still on the ground in the ring at this point, right? Easy on the cage, right? Man, Pereira throwing them combos, nigga. Pereira threw a knee, right? And it's like Izzy knew, like, man, if I don't swing back now, this might go fucking me. He said, man, if I don't swing back now, this might go kill me. Pereira hit that man with a 2-punch combo. Pereira hit him with a knee. Pereira hit that man with a right hook in the body. My Izzy hit that man there with a 1-2. Boo, boo. That boy went loopy. Nigga, Pereira did the goddamn, what that shit called? Damn. That man did the motherfucking limbo, bro. He hit that man there, boom. He knocked that man out balance. That man said, oh. Izzy hit his ass again with that right, put his ass out. Like I ain't never seen a man like. I don't think I ever seen a knockout. They both, and it's crazy, because the way that Mendoza knocked out Fundora is kind of how Izzy knocked out Piera. They both hit him with a punch and he stunned him, knocked him out. Now, Fundora was froze straight up. Piera was stumbling. Like he knocked him side. Like he didn't even stumble. His feet didn't move. His body just went limp. His feet were still up, right? And then Mendoza came in. He finished him off with a 2-piece. And Stylebender came and he finished Piera off with a 2-piece. When Piera legs buckled up and his body went limp, Stylebender shot another right hand at his head, and that's what knocked him out. You know what I mean? Then before he even hit the ground, Stylebender was coming with a hammer fist. Boom. Both them folks hit them folks' ass. They punched them folks' ass, and they finished their ass off with a 2-piece in the biscuit, man. Both them knockouts was eerily similar. Thinking about it right now, like the way how it was a stun, it was a pause. It was a pause in both fights. Like before the knockout, it was a pause. It was one punch. Boom. The fighters were still fighting. And then the fighter realized, oh shit, he's stunned. Because when Izzy hit him, Izzy said, boom. And Izzy went back to defense. And then he saw Piera was stunned. And he threw another quick one on top of the cranium. Knocked his ass on out. And he finished with a hammer piece. He said, T, when you said Fundora got KO, I had to go back and look. Yeah, fast, Josh. Josh was like, Fundora got KO? Like, got his head knocked out. That was a lie little night, man. That was a lie night of boxing, bro. I ain't even go. Okay, let me see where the hell Myke at. I can get Myke here next. I got about 15 more minutes in this thing. Oh, damn, Myke been hit me up. Myke, let's go. I just want to get him in real quick so we can talk about the Fundora. I'm finna get Myke in this joint now. We ain't did the we talked about it. Let me get bro. He hit me back 15 minutes ago. We started talking about that damn. So it might hopefully don't take him. I sent him that jump though, so when he pop up, we'll go and get it going. We'll go and get that thing going. But yeah, I want to ask him about how was the camp with Brian Mendoza and like what was they working on, and did was what he was training on, did it translate to the fight? And I want to ask him about the importance of picking the right sparring partners before your fights, and how important it is to the actual fight, right? And what he go do next. I know he just fought Mean Machine, right? In a fight where I think he, outboxed him. Right? I think if you take that one knockdown he had away early, right? Myke Fox wins that fight. I think he lost. Actually, think he lost by 2 points, right? So you take that knockdown, he actually does win that fight, right? But I want to ask him, what's up with him next, and I had to get him in here once I heard he was training with Brian, and he put his ass to bed. So I want to ask him. I want to ask him, how they. I did go right there. There you go, right there. Hold on, let me get right.
Yo.
What's good, Mike? What's good? How you doing today, this evening, man?
What's good?
Yeah, I wanted to get you in here and ask you about did you happen to see the fights last night? I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I stayed up for that joke, man. Of course I was gonna watch it.
Okay, man. So what you think about the card as a whole? You know what I mean? Last night.
The card as a whole, I was flipping between the ESPN card and the Showbox card. So I saw Clifton Brand Lee and whatnot. He already I heard it was a little controversial. I watched some of the fight. From what I saw, it looked like he was landing the flasher combinations. But then I was flipping back to I watched Keyshawn. Keyshawn did his thing. Shout out to my man Troy
Right.
Isley. He looked good. Shakur, he always looks fantastic. Jared Anderson, second round was that second round stoppage. So I was flipping through both of them. It's Anderson,
Yeah.
it's Easter, so I'm over here with my family and stuff. So it was a lot going on. But by the time Brian and them got in the ring, everybody was wrapping up leaving, and I kind of was like, man, everybody shush now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go and get into it, man. Let's go and get into it. I don't know if y'all know, but Myke Fox, he helped Brian Mendoza train for his the fight last night versus Sebastian Fundora. So I guess it's kind of like you got you a win too, Andy Mike. You know what I mean? You got you a win there, like
Yeah, no, it was a good feeling, man, to see him pull it off. An interim world title.
right.
Just to see him, just see all the work we did, man. It paid off, and even before I left Vegas, Brian was like, man, big help, man, appreciate it, man. He's all class, you know what I mean? So
Right.
he's all class, passionate about the sport, man. So even the time we would spar, you know what I mean, and we try to take each other head off, and then we just rapping about boxing, just talking about life, just talking about boxing after we done. So he's an easy guy. He's an easy guy to root for. I mean, he really cares about being successful in the sport. And that's something that anybody that takes this sport seriously can resonate with. But we did about in a total. I think he said we did about 80 rounds together. They called me the first week of March. They called me like Friday. In the first week of March, I was out there by Monday. And then Monday night, we sparring on Tuesday.
Right. So that was about what, a 6-week count, 8-week count?
Well, no. I mean, he was in camp for a little longer, but I got out there I sparred him for about 4 weeks. 4 weeks of however long his camp was.
How important do you think how important do you think it is picking the right sparring partners, before your fights? How important do you think that is to boxers as a whole?
Yeah, it's everything,
Like,
man. Look, it's everything. I don't like,
because you're about the same height, you around the same height as Fundora, reach, you range, you like them. And I know some people have a set sparring partner for every count. And I guess I'm asking, like, how you feel like, versus set sparring partners versus, picking a sparring partner that's similar to the fight that you have, coming up. Because I see why he will pick you as the sparring partner fighting Fundora. You know what I mean? I see that. Do you think how important do you think, the right sparring partner is before big fights or fights in general?
I mean, it's everything. The thing is, especially like when you're flying guys out and you agree to pay them and stuff, it got to be. It got as the fighter that's paying for sparring partners. It's got to be worth your money. If it doesn't work, you get sent home and everything. But like the thing is, with Fandora's dimensions, him being about 6'5.5", there's only like two people you can call to mimic his style or mimic his dimensions. You know what I mean? That's myself and probably Jamonte Clark, who actually fought to a draw with Fundora. So if you can't get in touch with one of us, I mean, you're gonna have to. And you're a 154 fighter. You're gonna have to spar what light heavyweights and cruiserweights if you can't get in touch with one of us. You know what I mean? And it's very important because as tall as he is, as far as I know, he's still about an inch taller than me. But with my movement things, I can make up for that inch of height difference. I move. My defense and my lateral movement can sometimes make me seem like I'm further away than I actually am. So it wouldn't have made no sense for him to spar anybody under 6 feet. You find who you can find. When it's funny, like when he first called me out there, we did our first session. After our first session, he's like, "Bro, thanks so much. I'm glad you're here." He's like, "Man, we couldn't even before that we couldn't even find no spawn. I couldn't find. He said I couldn't get good spawn. I'm getting worried." He said, "Now you here, everything about to come full circle. He said my strength condition is proper." He said Mr. Salas got my boxing skills tight and everything. He said, "Man, this is the last piece of the puzzle." So I hold a lot of It's a lot. I value that a whole lot. Oh shit. Hey.
My bad, fool. They done kicked me out. I don't know. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I was looking off and shit. Yeah, I
Man, they
went in a
just
little
kicked me
tent.
out. My
Yeah.
I guess my Wi-Fi messed up. I'm on my phone now. My
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Go, go.
All right, but what I was saying was like before I got there, he said he was having trouble finding decent spawn. Couldn't of course gonna need to find somebody tall. Couldn't find somebody southpaw. He said he called one person. He was like, man, look, tall Orthodox or southpaw. If they tall, man, just bring them over. We need some work. And then once he got in touch with me, once Brian got in touch with me, he just felt that his camp was like full circle. You know what I mean? It was full circle in the sense that strength conditioning coach got him feeling strong. His boxing coaches got him feeling like his technique is growing. And then the good sparring is like the last piece of the puzzle for his camp. And I hold that in high regard. Just to, a buddy of mine, his name Lucas Smith, he always say, man, add value wherever you go. Man, I heeded that, took that to heart, and I added plenty of value. You see what the result was.
Right, right. Yeah, man. I hadn't even known that you was in camp with them, but they had mentioned it. They mentioned it after the fight was over. I was like, damn, Myke Fox. That make perfect sense. You know what I mean? This I said, well, maybe that's why he was able to, because Fundora was real. Fundora was throwing the jab a lot. Fundora was actually a lot more active with the jab than he normally was, but he really couldn't land on Brian. You know what I mean? And I know you got an extremely active jab, so maybe that's why he was already ready for that. You know what I mean? He was already ready for him to try to put
Well,
the
yeah, he
jab on
brought
him.
me. Yeah, I mean, he brought me. Me and Brian would, when he would give me a ride back to where I was staying. What I'm saying, we compare notes and everything. I'm just like he gonna get active with his jab, but it's not gonna be better than mine. My jab, a lot of fighters they throw their jab just because you tell them to. Me, I try to score with my jab. You know what I mean? So in the fight and in sparring, I'm actually landing that jump and trying to connect. Like, because I know it once that starts landing, everything else starts landing. So, you know, he's Brian spent like I said, 80 rounds going up against my jab, going up against my range. Then you got a guy who's using his jab to start stuff up. You know what I mean? But if I can score and land
Right.
with my jab, I'm going to do that from round 1 to round 12. So he was more prepared for a Fundora jab than he probably needed to be, really, or as much as he needed to
Right.
be. Because anything,
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty solid jab. So if you bring me in the camp and you can make me miss jabs and you're able to be in position to counter. I mean, somebody who just flicks it out, you'll be ready for him.
Yeah. Right. So we got. I ain't gonna hold you too long. We got about 5 more minutes left, Mike. I wanna ask you real quick. I see the chat want to know too. You just had a fight with Mean Machine a few months back, right? I think it was a tough loss for you. I think you won, right? I think you outboxed him. I think he landed, a few heavy shots, but I think you was more active, more accurate, with the shots. But I know the people want to know what's next for Myke Fox? Do you got anything, on the horizon or, lined up
Yeah,
to be
I ain't
looking
heard.
forward to?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything just yet. I'm waiting. I'm ready. I'm always in the gym. I'm always training, but I haven't heard
Right.
anything just yet. But that's the thing about it. It's about it's also about who you know. With Brian doing what he did in his fight, somebody somebody gonna say that Fox kid. Ain't that the one Brian said he was sparring? Let's see what he got. Hopefully I get one of those calls. But
Right.
whatever. I mean, whatever's
And
available.
if
I'm ready. So
yeah,
like the welterweight division, they got people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got a lot of people sitting around. I mean, guess how everybody kind of waiting on Earl and Bud. But in the meantime, it's guys like me that need to get back off of a loss. Put me up against somebody that's waiting. We all waiting. I'm ready to get back in the mix. But in the meantime, I mean, nothing. Like I said, nothing's on the calendar. But you know, if
Yeah,
Fedor invokes his rematch clause, I guess I'll be back out in Vegas with Brian.
right. Do you do you think? I know it's with you. It's always it's big gaps in between your fight, your last fight. You had a fight with Masquerade, right? You had a big layoff, between then, and then you got the call. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's like a targeted reason, or do you think sometimes you just like you kind of get the short end of the stick? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
think it's just go ahead. Oh, what?
and
Yeah,
I would say like in general, just with you in general, like a lot of your losses, right? Like a lot of your losses are questionable to me, right? Like he
yeah.
didn't lose. Like did he lose? Like it's always a. Do you think that's? I know that it always happens to you. Do you feel like it's like targeted towards like you like being Myke Fox, or do you think just it just happens that way sometimes?
I mean, I don't think I rubbed anybody the wrong way. I don't think so. But if I do,
Right,
somebody
right,
needs to just somebody can just man up and somebody can just man up and tell me, and then I'll stop asking them for fights. But like, I think the biggest thing is like, I'm 6'4", southpaw. You know what I mean? And they know I can fight. They know I can fight. They know I've been down and I'll get up and I'll keep fighting. But
right.
I think I'm just a risky fight for anybody. They get to be able to say, why'd you take that? Why would you take that fight with them? The whole goal of like even the fight with Maestre was to win that interim belt and put myself in a position where it's either fight him or don't fight nobody. That plan got messed up, but um, you know I think I'm a dangerous fight. I'm a dangerous fight for anybody that wants to climb, and you know for them they can always say it's not worth it. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I ain't gonna hold you up. I ain't gonna hold you up. Hold on, wait. Wait, before I let you out though,
Cool. I
your
got
last
time.
fight, do you think your last fight with Mean Machine, do you think the decision was justified, or do you feel like you won the fight?
I think it was closer than they gave me credit for, but
Me too.
yeah, but like Mean Machine, like I say, he has a bit of a name on him. Like I
Right.
said, he did look like he was throwing the harder shots. I was landing. I mean, I was landing too.
You landed more for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, I think I landed more shots, but it is what it is. Like the biggest thing is being away for 14 months. That's what killed me the most. I mean, I was in the gym, and everything, but like I don't like sitting around because in between time, I got offered like so after that August, I got offered a fight in October, didn't go through. I got offered a fight in April, it didn't go through. You just sitting around. I mean, I'm like I said, sparring, I'm training, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do,
Mike,
but
Mike,
that
yo,
being in the ring. Oh shit!
yeah.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Oh shit! Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You back.
Yeah. Well, just saying, being out of competition for 14 months, it's like a blade. It just dulls the blade, man. So I think like taking that fight, if I would have been able to get that fight right after Maestre, like that
I,
October or that April, I would have been, I just would have been a little better. It just sitting around, it doesn't do good for me.
all right, Mike. We having some technical difficulties, man. I'm gonna let you get up out of here. I ain't gonna hold you too long. I know you're a busy man. I appreciate you giving me some of your time, man. I think you won the Mean Machine fight, right? Everybody know you won the Masquerade fight, right? I think you won the Mean Machine fight, man. If I see it, man. It always seems like it happened to you or people that look like you. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you gave me some of your time. I appreciate you. I do. I wish you luck in your future, and good luck on your next fight, brother. I hope you get a call.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate that.
So. Hey, so I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I'm not finna let y'all get that like piece of just Showtime. That's Mendoza definitely going to run it back. Yep, for sure. So just remember when you get turned down all the time, then you doing something right. Thanks, Josh. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I appreciate y'all folks sliding through. I gotta see what the hell going on with my shit. I don't know whether it's my side, his side, but it's making me mad. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all folks sliding through this thing, skin the hard way, 7T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but just the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out. Love.